Hey, Pepin.
What's up, cutie?
Oh, that was very flirtatious of you.
Your beard is pretty sweet. Did you put some beard gel into it?
Oh, you noticed? No, I didn't.
Oh, well, I guess it's just naturally slick.
Yeah,
just like me.
Just like you, man. You are on it today.
Can I have your number?
I heard you flirting on the phone earlier with that whoever called you and sung happy birthday.
Yeah, she's a hot grandma.
Oh, it was your grandma?
Oh, she's like a grandma, not my actual grandmother, but she kind of is my grandmother. It's like that weird, but no, she's not a gilf. I mean, no blood relations, but not a gilf.
So unless they have blood relations, they're not a gilf? Nate, we need to talk. Welcome back. So glad you guys could join us. I am here once again with my best friend, Nathan Pepin. How's it going, Nate?
Doing good. How about yourself, Steve?
I'm doing pretty great. Glad to be here once again. Brand new studio, so if the audio quality sounds a little different, we're going to nail it down.
Yes, I haven't put the acoustic panels up quite yet, but once they're there, this reverb will be gone.
And until then, we'll keep moving. We do have a very special guest here today to help balance out the show. It is probably our number one most used guest on this show. Brianne, how's it going, B?
It's going well. How about yourself?
I already answered that question. It's going good. Mm-hmm. So today we're talking about flirting. And Brianne, you're a girl, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you've probably had some awkward flirting stories where guys have tried to hit on you and it's just been not the best way to hit on a girl.
Just about the story of my life. Actually, I have a really good one that I was involved in, but I wasn't the party being flirted with.
You were not the subject.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'd love to hear it.
Fabulous. So we were out to karaoke, and by we, I mean my sister and I, my twin.
So it might as well have been you.
Might as well have been, yeah, actually. But we were out with some friends that we worked with, and it was just at a local college town bar. So you get the young crowd in, and they're really gonna drink hard and get drunk really fast. And my twin's she's a really nice girl, but she's a go-getter and she works really hard. She sets her standards high, and she expects, some return out of that. Her standards are high, her men's standards need to be high. It's
this is like an advertisement for your sister.
I know. Sorry, Brittany. Sorry. So, yeah. So she has her standards high. So she's picky, and they need to be on point with her. So, anyways, I tell this because.
So what does on point mean? Is that they gotta have a big dick? That's what you mean, right?
No, not at all. Actually, it just means that they need to be on the same level as her. They need to be on the same plane as her and match everything to her.
So she has standards, essentially.
She's got standards, yeah. So we dolled up. We went out after working with our work friends to this nice bar, and we were sitting kind of in the back, and this random mediocre guy, mediocre at best guy comes up, and he's had a one too many, and he's just like, "You're so gorgeous. Your eyes are so green, and you're so beautiful. What's your name, doll?" And she's like, "Too good for you." But she was polite at first, even though that was the undertone. She's like, "Brittany, and you had too much to drink. How are you?" And he's like, "I'm great, gorgeous, now that I've seen you." And he's pulling out all that stuff that's cringeworthy, that makes you go, "Oh, I can't believe I'm in this situation." And I'm just sitting there watching this, kind of staring back and forth at her, and then to him, to her, and my mouth is just dropping. I'm like, yes, this is good. And so he's laying it on pretty thick, and she's just like, "Well, I'm gonna hang out with my friends now, so you can go back to your table." And he leaves, and he's like, "Well, I hope I'll be seeing you later tonight." And there's that nice ambiance of music going on in the background and us girls giggling at her that she's getting hit on by this less than desirable.
I think saying less than desirable is a little. it sounds pretty mean.
Was he Quasimodo?
He was not. He was just special.
Oh.
He's that gem that's like, he had a great sense of humor, and if your standards were a little bit lower.
This sounds all mean. Oh, man.
Wow. This is the cattiest thing that's ever been on this show.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I say this.
You know, I would totally go for you if I had little standards.
Could you imagine? Can you fill this out? We need to see if our quotas meet this. Like, what's that? Here's my application. Go ahead and fill it out, and we'll have an interview in a minute.
We'll give you a 3. You're a C student in the face department.
Oh my gosh. And that's
So he just went away, and that was the end of it?
he kind of stumbled back to his table, and he's like head bobbing. We can see him out of the corner. He's like making eyes and like gestures.
Chris
like,
Kattan style?
Yes, like Night at the Roxbury kind of bad. And it's just like it's very funny. So anyways, we get going on with our night, and then all of a sudden like a uptown martini comes over, and the guy that served it to us was like, "This is for you. This is from this gentleman over there." And he just kind of like pans out to bar dude. I don't even know his name, and he's just
Let's
like,
call him Jake for this episode.
"Oh God, that's the guy she was dating at the time."
Yeah, perfect. So Jake. So the camera pans over to Jake.
Yep, and he kind of gives us like. Kind of gives this wink, and she does the hi wave.
Like with one hand, just twiddling her fingers.
Yeah, one hand, and she goes, and like her mouth's open. She's like, hi. She knows it's him. She knew it was him before the waiter even could put the glass down to be like, and this is from the gentleman over there. And she's like, no, I can't believe this is happening.
But she accepted it.
She accepted
Of course.
it. Of course, her finger goes up. She's drinking the martini. She's like, I can't believe this is a thing. And so he goes up to the karaoke machine, and he's talking to some people, and she goes, oh no. And she kind of puts her hand up over her face, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. I just wish I had like a camcorder to tape this. But he has to say, he puts on the song. He goes, he's trashed at this point, and he's just like, I want to dedicate this song to a beautiful young lady who's just kind of being a bitch. And
Wait, he said, I want to dedicate this song to a beautiful young lady who's kind of being a bitch.
yeah.
It's something a boyfriend would say, like to a girl, like it's like passive aggression, like you know, Sheila, you're being a total bitch, but you know, this song is for you.
It's like, I still love you, girl. You know, it's like that kind of a.
Sad.
Oh, it's that feeling, that knotted feeling you get in the pit of your stomach. Like, this is such a train wreck, but I need to keep watching this.
Was it Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up?
Nope. It was, I can't, who sings Uptown Girl?
Oh my God.
That's the song. Yeah, I don't know either, but let me tell you what, it's lamented in the back of my brain as this guy is belting to Uptown.
Hey, you listening to this podcast, screaming the correct answer at us right now. Sorry. Put it in the comments.
Sorry, knowledge not known. Who is it? I don't know, but I hear it in my head. And he's really working it as he's singing this, like slurring and all. And it's got the you know, it's got the words up on the screen, so you can follow along and sing with it. So of course, me singing with him, I'm like, you go, boy. You know, I'm like really goading him on as he's like walking towards her with the what is that? That shuffle with the
I don't know, but it's awkward.
Yeah, real awkward. And she's
Did
like,
he reach the end of the XLR cable and like pulled him?
that would have just been icing on. No, but he got as far as he could. He's like singing to her. And he's just bobbing his head as he's singing, making weird eye contact while trying to kind of like look back at the screen to sing.
Making eye contact with one eye and then looking back over at the screen.
Like, I couldn't even. It was just horrible. And I was just like, I can't believe I was goading this on. I'm like, yeah, you go, boy, sing it. Sing it. Ooh, get it from the heart. Boys to men style. Like,
So how did this end? The song ended. He had to have come over after it.
oh, absolutely. He did. He was just like, why are you such a mean girl? And just like, yes, I'm just too good for you. You're nice, honey, but I'm too good for you. She's got to be honest. Like, at least she just...
She's got to be honest.
I support her in every way. Maybe, like, handling it, if it was me, I would have... See, poor guy, I would have led him on because I would have been too nice to be like, oh, I don't want to break his heart. And she's just like, I'm going to put you in that friend zone real fast.
That's not the friend zone if you say I'm too good for you. That's the reject zone.
Well, it's just the reject lot of the friend zone.
Friend zone subdivided.
Yeah. You put him in the back.
There's the one parking spot for the best friend. And when the rest are reject spots.
And when he tries to creep out of there, you just, nope, let me walk you back there real quick. Because you're going down the wrong aisle.
I feel like if like a girl asked you out and you didn't quite understand it and you misunderstood and said like, oh yeah, sure, I'll go on a date with you or like something like that, and you figured out later that she was asking you out, you wouldn't back down. You just kind of just go with it because you'd feel too.
Isn't that exactly what happened that one time?
That is exactly.
That other episode.
Actually, that is.
That's exactly. I didn't know what to do.
One of the awkward dating
and I was just like, oh no, yeah. I've been on. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's my awkward dating.
Yeah. So you have the opposite problem. It's just you won't turn people down because you just feel too awkward.
Yeah, well, and I just feel bad because like they really put themselves out there. I want them to feel encouraged to keep doing that. But this guy just is burnt into my brain with the singing, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna make a great husband one day.
For some lowly lot lizard.
No, it just didn't meet her standards at the time.
And you clearly agree.
Yeah, Brittany's like, she is a phenomenal woman. Like, if I had my shit together, I aspire to be her one day. Maybe not that mean.
Just for that one day, though.
It's a lot of work. She really works on herself, and she's a good person, but she's brutally honest. She's like, hey, if this isn't going to work for you, that's good because it's not working for me. And it's like right in your face. She doesn't there's no gray area. It's you are or you aren't. And if you want to one day get to where I am, that's cool, but we'll never be.
Sounds like a corporate lady, because like all the like corporate executives I've met who are like women are like that. Just they're very like blunt, very very nice.
Yes.
But they let you know about their standards.
She's nice the first time, and when you try to toe that line, she's like, "Nah, bitch, put you back in your place real fast."
Has anyone ever sung to you, Nate?
Serenaded.
No, I don't think so. No one's sung to me. I get a lot of people flirting with me apparently. It's like the thing with guys is that when people flirt with them, they're not really aware people are flirting with them. It's one of those things.
I feel like there's two sides to that sword. One where the guy has no idea they're being flirted with, and the other where they think everybody's flirting with them always.
Yeah, well, for me, it's like either one. It's either everyone's flirting with me or no one's flirting with me. But I have this theory about that, which is girls are often like cats. So like if you give a girl attention, like sexual attention, she's not gonna give you attention back. She's like, oh, I'm not interested. But if you are uninterested in her, she's gonna be like, hey, pay attention to me, like kind of like that. So I think guys will trick themselves into believing that they don't know a girl's flirting with them as a way to get the girl to pay attention to them more. It's like it's kind of a psychological trick. Like the best way to lie is to not know you're lying.
Are you trying to say that guys are smarter than girls?
I'm saying that guys
subconsciously.
No. I'm saying guys they make themselves dumber to trick themselves into not knowing someone's flirting with them. I guess that's the way of putting it. But
so you like cats?
I do like cats. I like the pussy.
Likes pussy.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
But flirting is tough for me because it's like the way my mind works is it's kind of like binary. It's like either on or off. So for me, going like guys tend to be the approacher. Not in all cases, but guys tend to approach more than women. And for me, it's hard to like approach or to kind of like initiate or to like really flirt back unless I have like full kind of cognition that this is like a thing, right? That we're flirting, or which was one barrier to dating I've had. But what I found, and I learned this back in high school. So in high school, I was like a loner, like a kind of a maybe nerdy, quiet loner type kid who didn't have like a lot of like friends that were girls. A few friends that were girls, but not a whole lot. And one day in gym class, like we say like I've never really flirted with a girl at this point. So one day in gym class, it's like I'm talking to these 3 different girls I've never really talked to, and they're all kind of decently cute, and just talking to them, and all of a sudden it's like I had a charming personality because they were flirting with me. It's just all of a sudden like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and I don't know how, but since they were flirting with me, my brain just suddenly kicked on this program. I'm just being like suave.
Initiate flirt.
I'm coming up with all these funny one-liners. I was like, and after like I left, I'm like, what the fuck was that?
You're like, man, am I suave? Holy shit.
I didn't know I could do that. Well, how did that happen? And this has happened before too. I mean, after that, like a girl will start flirting with me, and all of a sudden I go from like, what, to like being an expert in flirting, like from 0 to 100.
Give me an example of what an expert in flirting is like.
So there's, I don't see. I'm not in the flirtatious situation right now.
Like, oh, hey Nate, where'd you get that shirt?
So there is an escalation of tension, lots of eye contact. There's kind of like different body language signals you do.
Do you need me to touch your thigh?
And the girl will kind of escalate her stuff. So she'll start like playing with her hair. She'll like start rubbing her neck a little bit, and then she'll just for some reason pull down her shirt and kind of lean over a little bit.
For some reason.
Yeah. So there's all these escalations in flirtation that will occur, and for some reason all of a sudden you guys are vibing and you're talking about phone numbers and shit, and it's like, okay, but it's like kind of like just I don't know.
Didn't you treat that one girl like a dog in high school? You told her to go lay down, and then she did.
What?
And she laid down on a table like with her, and she was chesty. Like with her chest like hanging off the table so you could see down her shirt.
What?
Okay, the last part was made up, but the other parts were true.
No, they were all true, Nate. You don't remember her doing that?
No, she did it, but I didn't do it so I could look down her shirt.
No, not for that reason. That's just what she did in response to you telling her to go lay down.
We gotta hear this.
Oh, yeah. So
that's pretty much the story.
Yeah, well...
What prompted this? Was she flirting with you?
Okay, so... Thinking back to it, yeah, she was. I wish I knew.
You didn't know. I didn't know.
Okay.
Well, I realized this went back because I was like going through some old binders of mine, and we're in science class together, chemistry, and she always sat next to me, and she always like talked to me, tried to get me to help her with her stuff, and it's like blah blah blah, and then she started drawing hearts over my binder, and then start drawing hearts everywhere, and then she'd like try to like talk to me a lot and stuff, and I was just kind of like, Amber, go sit down. And I told her to sit down a lot, and then yeah, she did eventually, and then she I guess
it became a thing.
Did she ever write Mrs. Nathan Pepin?
No. This is high school, not 3rd grade.
Okay.
I'm sorry, B.
I never did it. I just know girls who did. That's why I'm asking.
Wait, was somebody they weren't dating?
Oh yes.
Jeez, like, isn't that a little? That's like skipping 6 or 7 steps.
Yeah. But I feel so. This goes back to my whole guys don't know when girls are flirting with them often. If I knew she was flirting with me, I would have gone for it.
I think you're just not socially aware, or at least weren't at that point.
No, I wasn't aware, but it goes the other way too, though, because it's like when I think someone's flirting with me, I'm never sure because I start questioning myself, like, are they flirting with me or just being nice? Or am I just falling into that trap of, guys do where everyone is flirting with me? Because,
well, there was that one time at Bull Moose that girl kept walking by, like back and forth, and then like looking right near where Nate was, and then pausing, and then would walk away, and then would walk back over.
well,
Trying to get you to initiate a conversation.
Yeah, and she's kind of cute, and you're like, hey, Nate, I think that girl's interested in you. And like, yeah, I know. I don't care.
So you are my sister with a penis.
But the problem is like on the way back home, I was like, I should have talked to that girl, shouldn't have. I regret this. Why didn't I talk to her? In the moment, I don't give a fuck. But after the fact, I'm like, oh, okay. I've been to a bar before. I've had like girls trying to like do that same thing, and I don't react to it because I'm like, just go away. You're bothering me. But then after the fact, I'm like, oh, I really should have talked to that girl. She was pretty cute. That's what
You cock block yourself? What?
I'm not saying that makes sense, and it's something that people have told me a lot, and I don't know why people say this. People who don't even like really know me will tell me that my standards are too high, and other people are like, bitch, you don't know Nate, but then they're like, maybe your standards are too high.
Oh my god.
Okay, so here's what you need to do to flirt with a hot chica.
Ooh, you get some tips?
I got some hot tips for you.
Okay.
So,
what kind of tips? The nice
hot
kind?
ones.
Hot ones?
Hot ones,
What-
like
what-
steak tips,
Oh, I thought you had
He wanted
like marinated steak tips.
Okay.
Just the tips, though.
Just the tips.
Nailed it. So what you want to do is go out, get yourself a gift card.
Hmm?
Get yourself a gift card to some nice restaurant, like
Okay.
an Olive Garden,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
or a Longhorn Steakhouse, or something like that. Right? Take that gift card, put it in your wallet. Then the next time, so think about a couple of girls that you might be interested in going on a date with. That you already know these girls, and then. So there's two ways to do this. Let's start with the first way. And that's there's a girl, maybe two, maybe three that you want to go with. You want to go out on a date with. So you go to them and you say, "Hey, so I got this gift card for my Christmas, birthday, Hanukkah, and my family told me when they gave it to me, take out the cutest girl you know with this." And I immediately thought of you. But you can't say it like that. You have to say it like real casually and like maybe even a little bit shy, and then it'll be endearing. And I mean, you don't have to mean it. Like maybe they weren't your first choice, but like you could say that to like 3 or 4 girls, and whichever ones say yes, maybe you get 3 or 4 different gift cards. Who knows? But that way they don't feel like you're spending money on them necessarily, so they don't feel obligated per se. You're complimenting them in like the sweetest way possible by saying, "You're the first one I thought of," because the fact that you're calling them pretty is nice, but the fact that you're saying you thought of them first means way more.
So it's like when a guy prepares a nice meal for a girl, they feel like he appreciates me. He thought of this, like he did some planning in this, and this makes it seem like the gift card was planned from the beginning.
No, not that it was planned from the beginning. This makes it seem like you weren't thinking about them, but the second you had to think about going on a date with the prettiest girl you know, they're the first ones who came to mind. They're the first ones you think of, and that's what's going to be most important.
Oh, I see.
Now, again, you don't have to mean this, but that's what you say.
Yeah. It's a tactic, not the.
Now, another method along the same vein: get yourself a nice gift card.
Okay.
Nobody else has to buy that. It doesn't really have to be a gift. You can go to Walmart and get yourself a nice Longhorn Steakhouse or Arby's or something nice like that. You go to some random girl that you've never met before, and maybe you guys start chatting somehow, and then you stop and during the chat and you say, sorry for this, but I recently got this gift card to this fancy restaurant for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and my family told me to take out the prettiest girl I know, and I couldn't figure out who the heck to bring until now. And that's a really good. Well, I mean, whether that's true or not, that's a really, really good one.
I see. And gift cards a way to take off the edge of some stranger paying for you.
Exactly, because it's not. Neither of you are paying for it.
I see.
It's the family paying for it, and then the only thing that you're paying is a compliment.
That's pretty clever.
Oh, okay. Yes, very clever. I have to give points on that. But I wouldn't. Don't do that. Completely.
Another thing you can say is not the first one I thought of. The only one I could think of was you. You could say it to 3 or 4 different girls, but it's you only need to get 1 or 2 yeses.
You want to know the problem with this?
What?
Girls talk. So,
well, yeah, you don't do it to the ones who know each other.
They find
Jeez, Brienne.
They find each other. Girls
yes,
are
they're gonna find each other, Brienne. No, one's at Payless Shoe Store, one's at McDonald's. They don't talk. They have different brands.
Not necessarily, sir. Okay. All right, say this happens and he does go on like 2 different dates because 2 different girls did buy into it. Okay, so he goes on 2 different dates, and then like he's not really committed into a relationship with either, but maybe they're both pretty cool and he wants to hang out again. So he goes, it continues even if it's just with one. Well, if it hits off with both, I'm going to tell you right now that most women, everyone I know that's a woman, does kind of creep and find like things out just to see, hey, am I the only one? Because there's that little bit in them.
Man, that sounds like a win-win to me, because now you have these 2 girls and maybe they do find out about each other, but they don't know for sure. They're just pretty sure, like, ooh, who's this bitch flirting with him? Then they become more possessive over you. So you know what? You're right, Brienne. You need to get at least 2 girls involved in this. Thank you, Brienne. At least 2 girls involved in this so that you can pit them against each other.
No, Nate, please don't do that. That always comes...
Psychologically, you don't actually pit them against each other. You just let them pit themselves against each other, because then it's not your fault. You're not manipulating them. They're manipulating themselves.
That's horrible. What ends up happening is they're going to turn on him and make it into his fault.
Why? They're not married. They're just dating. They're like, I did go out and see that girl actually, but she's not like you.
Ouch. No.
To both of them.
No. Be upfront and oh my god.
That is upfront and honest. They're not the same.
No, but exactly. But then they're gonna say, oh, well, he said that to me. Oh no, he said that to me. And now they're best friends. You see what's gonna happen here?
They have a friends.
Connection.
Aww.
And they're all of a sudden that fine like between like and hate is that fine line's gonna just go away.
That's where the best sex is. And then there's gonna
be you've had hate sex.
That fine line between like and hate.
I think there's both merits to both of what you guys are saying. I mean, on the one hand, B, I think you have some good points, because it doesn't, for a lot of times, it doesn't seem realistic, but I think it could work out in some situations. I mean, I started this TV show with Steve one time, Nathan For You, and he actually made a whole reality TV dating show just to get some dates out of some people. And in that kind of environment, people are very much willing to kind of compete with over one guy and even go on multiple dates, even in the same house. So I think Steve definitely has a level of realism to here, as well as you.
I'm saying that's fine, but bring that up front. Hey, I'm single. I'm out. I'm looking for someone to
I'm not
kick
saying
it with.
At no point did I say to lie.
It may or may not be true, and all right.
Maybe I said to lie a little bit.
You,
but not about other girls.
You made it sound. It's that fine line. You were dancing a fine line that is not going to be fun. You like line dancing because that's what you're doing.
I mean, so see,
if you're up,
you like line dancing if it means that you're getting laid. I really like line dancing at that point.
Do you want that crazy bitch? Because that's what's going to happen. She could be a cool girl, and then you weren't totally upfront and honest, and she finds out later, and now she's that crazy bitch. She's like, I'm gonna take a pregnancy test and mark it as pregnant, and this one's gonna be mine, and that other girl's gonna find out, and she's gonna be like, oh no you didn't, and then it's a bad thing. Whereas in the beginning, if you're upfront and honest with both of them, like you said, the more they may or may not be inclined, but there's a chance of them both being like, yeah, okay, this is cool, this could work. And then like you said, like not really pit them against each other, but they're all aware of the situation. And it's like, okay, so they bring the best of themselves out. You know what I mean?
I don't quite know, because I'm conflicted, because on the one hand, I think competition creates success. It creates it pushes people to be more than they actually can be, right? I mean, if you have nothing to kind of compete against, and you know, you're just gonna kind of just falter. I don't know what the word is, but you know, you're not gonna be as motivated as if you know you have competition out there.
Complacent.
Yeah, complacent. There we go. So I mean, I agree with you in certain kind of ways. It's like maybe someone who's like your sister might be the antithesis to that. Maybe that's who you're thinking of here. But if someone who's maybe a little more complacent, maybe that competition would be healthy, and maybe
it was terrible. I was that girl,
and then
I've had that situation where I was competing not knowingly. Then I found out about it, and she found out about it, and it was just not pretty.
Now, here's another idea, right? So all these girls are creeping. They love the Facebook. So you go out on a date with this one girl, and then what you do is you get one of your friends who's a girl to comment something on your page on an older picture of you, and have it be at like 1 a.m, and have her comment, LOL, you're so cute in this, and that's it. Nothing else on your page anywhere. She's gonna find that, the girl you went on the date with. She's gonna be like, who's this bitch?
That's true.
This is a subtle way, like okay, this is actually like a little business you could do. You could hire fake friends, like cute girls, like maybe who aren't the cutest, but like somewhat cute, right? Yeah, like but potential, right? Potential competition for the rival girl, and you can have them leave these flirtatious messages on your Facebook profile, and then they're going like, who the fuck is this bitch?
Oh, I know. And you can also, you have a stock of girls, say 100 girls, and you rate them from 1 to 10, and then you have different brackets of cost based on how hot they are. And you're like, listen, you're going to want to go with about a 7 for the girl that you're trying to make jealous, because she's one number higher than the girl you're going for. So it's going to be direct competition, but the girl will also have some doubt and be like, but am I not good enough? And then she'll have to try harder as a result. Now, if you have a 5 comment and the girl you're trying to get is a 6, she's like, she's not a threat. Fuck her.
So you're trying to tell Nate to go ahead, manipulate, and divulge, kind of stray away from the truth a little bit without actually lying, so you kind of leave it gray, and to gaslight, and to be emotionally manipulative and abusive. Yeah, that's a great relationship. There's a lot of trust in that.
Okay, Steve, I've been on board with most of what you've been saying, but that goes a little too far for me. Steve, I think we need to talk.